Okay, get up on the roof here at 890 Indian Oaks Drive. This is at the Dapkowski's house. This is an evergreen model. There's 3 models in here: evergreen, magnolia, which have the same size roof exactly, even though the inside interior is laid out a little bit different. And then there's a larger redwood model. We've established the same price for all magnolias and evergreens, and then it's just a little bit more for the larger redwood model. I made a lot of notes on the roof. I want to go through the notes real quick. There's 3 things I want to accomplish. I want to show you exactly what's going on with the roof, how we're going to re-roof the house correctly, and then there's going to be a quick comparison between Florida native, us, compared to the other competitors in the neighborhood. I think you'll clearly see that they're not living up to the same standard that we have set, for sure. The first thing I want to point out is that on this roof you have what's called lifted up shingles. See how once you lose this adhesive bond between the back of the shingle and the roof itself, it's not going to sit back down. It's just going to keep flopping around until it eventually breaks off, which is exactly what's happened in a lot of areas on the roof. As I was walking up here, I just noticed that there's a soft spot in the roof right through here. Okay, we'll talk more about the plywood, but we have an unlimited rotted plywood replacement policy for all the Pine Creek residents. You can thank your neighbors for the collective effort, and that's how we came up with that. There's also a large depression in the roof right there. I'll talk more about that in a second. But as far as the damages go, let's start up in the front. See, we have broken off shingles that have been pasted down. These are called hinge marks right here. We have more broken and hinge mark shingles here. This area here is to talk about the dead valley. So I can't express how important it is to do this over correctly. So we're going to replace all the metal in these valleys on both sides. Make sure the water keeps moving away from the house correctly. We're going to get rid of these off ridge vents, which I'll talk more about in a second. See right here in this area, it's a bit soft. So when we remove the shingles, we're going to inspect the plywood and replace any of the plywood that's necessary. Here's more of the lift up. These guys here, these are called off ridge vents. That's basically a 4-foot times 3, 4-foot open window right into your attic. Storm driven rain goes directly into your attic. So we always get rid of these off ridge vents, and we're going to install the top ridge vent across the top. Look at all these damaged shingles here. We're going to replace the gooseneck style vents. We're going to reboot the bathroom vents. We're going to repaint all the new vents a very nice dark slate bronze color. It's gonna look good. Here's more softwood here. More lift up on the back. Here's probably even more right here. We have a lot more damage. These are the hinge marks. See this poor guy? Literally just hanging on by a thread. Broken shingles, broken shingles. These are all broken shingles. So I have to kind of talk about the obvious here. I am just not happy with the competitor's look of the roof. You see how blotchy and contrasty it is with the black and the green, and even the green color isn't really attractive. You could sort of see we have most of our houses so far, Florida native houses, have been done are back in the corner here. It's much more smooth, it's much more symmetrical. It's just way more pleasing to the eye. Not to mention we use a dark slate bronze color for all the fixtures on the roof instead of that horrid green. And then third, I'm not really impressed with that solar vent that they put up there. It's so teeny tiny. We only use an attic breeze solar ventilation system. It's a big square, it's built like a tank, and it's way more powerful than that little guy there. I'm not happy with the way the competitor, the main competitor is making a total disgrace of the roof, basically. But let's talk about how we're gonna do your roof for you. Please forgive my metal example here. The top layer is not nearly important as all the layers underneath. Here's your favorite color, hunter green, okay? But we will only use the Certainty Landmark Series shingle in this neighborhood. It's the best, heaviest, thickest shingle with the best warranty. By the way, the other companies talking about some platinum 30-year, that is such marketing BS to give you a 30-year warranty. They know for a fact that you're gonna be moving, or there's going to be a storm in the next 10 years, and they'll never ever honor a 30-year warranty. That is marketing clever BS at its finest. But let's talk about how we're going to do your roof. We're going to remove, imagine this with me, we're going to remove all the shingles, get down to the bare plywood roof. Anything remotely bad like we talked about in this area right here, as well as over there, we're going to replace, and we're not going to charge you extra for it. They charge $55 per sheet to replace on your roof. Once we've replaced all the plywood that's needed, we're we're gonna re-nail this roof. Basically, here's your plywood on top of your roof trusses. We're gonna re-nail the plywood to the roof trusses per code. The code says every 6 inches. We go every 4 to 5 inches. We're gonna double, triple the number of nails holding your plywood to your roof trusses. And then we're gonna install across every inch of this bare plywood roof called waterproof barrier or peel and stick. And that is a waterproof, rubberized, adhesive barrier that's going to keep the water out of your house in the event that we do have a hurricane and you do lose shingles. That's still going to keep the water out of your house. And then we're going to put your 30-year favorite color, hunter green, certainty shingles on top of that. So that's pretty much a good overview. I'm going to get down and talk more with Christoph.